Hey guys, so I figured it was time to do another video blog, and this is actually the second time I'm doing it because I did it once and my camera was like there. So this time hopefully I'm on the side. So what I'm going to talk about today is selling horses and how it's not a crime to sell a horse, because since I sold Molly and since I announced it on social media, I have gotten so much hate. Hi, Bella. Oh, she's so cute. She is so sweet. Oh, Bella. And by the way, if any of you are thinking that she looks too small to be like given away, we have her mother. She's a homebred cat. So it's not like we're taking her away from her mom. No, you're still with your mom. Real. Oh, she's so cute. Like, I've literally gotten death threats from people I don't know, and I think that's kind of crazy. So I'm just going to talk about how it's not a crime to sell a horse. So I can take for example the 5 horses I've sold since I've had my YouTube, which is first I sold Chubby and Mac. Those were my ponies. This is my kitty, by the way. Those were my ponies, and the reason I sold them was because I got 16, I aged out of ponies, and I outgrew them because they were ponies. So I sold them, and of course that was really hard because those ponies were my best friends. They lived right outside my house, and we did a lot of horsemanship. I had them for like 2 years, and it was really hard for me to part ways with them. The reason I did that was because I wanted to be better in show jumping. I wanted to become a professional show jumper. And I also got accepted into a top athletics course in college where I needed a better horse. So I outgrew them, I outaged them, and I needed a better horse. So that's why I sold them. And of course it was really hard, but at the same time I accepted it because I knew that they kind of came to great homes, and I knew that they would be with someone who would appreciate them as much as I did. And I would also be happier because I could have a horse that could fulfill my wishes. And that's when I got Connie, and he was a schoolmaster type of horse. He had done 130, 125 previously, and for the past years he had been jumping 110, 120, and that's also what I bought him to do, so he could teach me the ropes, and he really did. He was an amazing schoolmaster, and he taught me so much. And after just 2 months with him, I think, I went from jumping 90 on the ponies to jumping 110 on him, a clear round. So that was really nice, and he was such a confidence giver and a really, really sweet horse. So after I had Connie for a little over a year, we were still at the same level, 110, 115, and obviously I had advanced a lot in having him, but it was time for me to move on, because I wanted to jump bigger, and he wasn't a horse to jump that big on. I mean, we jumped him 180, a single fence, but that was a single fence, and of course it's very much different from a single fence. So I sold him to a woman who wanted a schoolmaster type in jumping and dressage, and she just sold him again, but she had him for 2 years, and she was so happy with him, and she was the perfect owner for him, which is also again why I found it okay to sell him, because I knew that he came to a great home and he has been so appreciated and well taken care of, and I can't ask of more. So after Connie, I made a little mistake. I bought a 6-year-old Baio, and she was an amazing horse. She is an amazing horse with so much quality, great breeding, great jump, great canter. She's a little bit strange attitude, but she is a great horse. And with her I also learned a lot, because she was a young horse and she was completely different from Connie in every way. But she taught me, like, she didn't teach me a lot. She wasn't a schoolmaster type, but I learned a lot from riding her because it was a new thing for me. And it was really nice to be able to learn that on her. And also on such a quality horse, and on her it went really well until we did our first 120, and on the last fence I really messed up the stride and we crashed into the fence, and that was the first accident. And after that I think we both got a bit scared. I didn't really want to admit it, and I don't think she wanted to admit it either, but since then I fell off at least once, almost every lesson, and we went like that for a year where I fell off weekly. Every show, every lesson, I fell off. She stopped and I fell off, because she stopped in a really dirty way where you didn't really see it coming. like the stride was nice and everything was fine, and then she was just, you know, so I fell off her a lot, and that really broke my confidence. And I think the thing with us was that we came into a bad circle where I was scared, and then she got scared because I was scared, and then when she stopped I got even more scared, and you know, then it goes like that. But I really tried for a long time with her. I tried for a whole year through hell with her, where I just really wanted it to work out again because I knew she was such a great horse and I really loved to ride her. But it didn't work out. And in the end I got her up again. We did 110, and I figured that was the limit for us, what we could do together confidently. Because whenever we jumped bigger, I needed a horse that could give me a bit of confidence, and she also needed a rider that could give her a lot of confidence. So when we were at a good point where we did 110s, we had clear rounds, 4-fault rounds, good rounds. Then I decided to sell her, and that was also money related, because then I could get a good price for her. So I sold her and she went to an eventer, which was much more suitable for her because then she gets to do a bit of everything. And she has a really nice home now, and I think her owner is really happy with her. And that's all you can ask for, that they get a good home with owners that will love them for what they are. And after Baio, I didn't have that much money, so I bought Molly, which was a cheap horse. She had previously done 130s, but she had been for sale for like 2 years, and she had also gone from doing 130s to doing 90s and 80s the past year, before I got her. So I realized that she must have had some kind of accident or something, since she went from doing 130s to 80s with the same rider. And also since she was priced so low, and since she had been for sale for like 2 years. So when I bought her, I knew she had issues, and she did. When she came to me, she stopped at a pole on the ground, and she would rear up every time you sat on her. It was impossible to get on because she was scared of you. You couldn't get the bridle on her. You couldn't load her into a trailer. Everything was just really hard with her because she was so nervous and so scared. But my hope with her was that I could get her back up to 130 level again, because then I would have a really good horse for a really nice price, and I felt like she deserved that chance. So I gave it to her. I gave her the chance. And I had Molly for 9 months, and in those 9 months we came a long way. We went from not being able to walk over a pole and to rear up every time you sat on her, to jumping 110 courses and 125 single fences no problem. I got her quite confident again. And she also went great on the flat in the end, and she was nice to handle and be around like a normal horse. But in Germany I rode for a really good trainer, and I rode for him for 4 months with her, and in the end he said, you know, this is the furthest you can get this horse, because she's scared, and you need a horse that can teach you to jump bigger, and I don't know if any rider can do it, but you can do it, he said, because you're not experienced enough. An amateur cannot get her higher. And you know, that's just fair because I'm not a professional, so I obviously can't do everything like that. But my hope was that I would be able to. But then it showed in time that I was not. Maybe if I would have had her for 5 more years, we could have gotten away. But I'm kind of, you know, this sport is so expensive, and I'm kind of like reliant on getting somewhere now, because otherwise it will be too late. Because in the future I will have even less money to use on it. So I sold her. That was my decision together with my trainer, that it was best for both of us to sell her, because I wanted to jump bigger and she did not want to jump bigger. So it's not a crime to sell a horse when the horse is not comfortable with doing what you want it to. Then it's more of a crime to keep it and force her to do something she hates, or that I should quit what I want to. Because the whole reason I bought her was that I hoped that she would go bigger, and I said to myself, okay, if she doesn't, I can sell her again. Because it's not a crime to sell her. And of course she came to a good home, because when people buy expensive horses, they take care of them. And now after Molly, I finally got the horse I've been looking for all along, because all of my horses I have found on myself, by myself, and you know, I'm not that experienced. I'm an amateur, I'm not a professional. So finding a horse is really hard. I have found 3 really top quality horses, or not top quality, but good quality horses. But you know, you need to expect to make some mistakes. You have to try and fail in this sport. You have to try and fail. And I did try, and I failed. I didn't really fail. I sold Connie because I was too advanced for him. I sold Baio because I was scared of jumping her and she was scared of jumping with me. And I sold Molly because she couldn't jump to heights that I needed her to. So that is not giving up, guys. For real. that is doing the best for you and for the horse. It's the best for both parts. So if you're in that situation that you need to sell your horse for any reason, that you're too big or too small, or the horse is too old or too young, or too advanced or too hard or too easy, whatever the reason is, it is not a crime to sell your horse, because the sport is freaking expensive and it takes so much time. And if you're not happy with the horse, I think it's fair enough to sell it. And with my horses, I have not given up on any of them. And I'm not blaming it on them that I sold them. Of course, if I was a better rider, it would be fine. But I'm not a professional. I've most of my life, I've been riding out in the road outside my house. So what can you expect? And I've been really lucky the past 3 years that I got to go to the top athletics course. I got the job in Germany. I have really made a way for myself. I have fought so hard for this. And I have done everything in my power to get to where I am. And when I work so hard and I have bought all of those horses that I've sold for my own money, I have earned the money to buy them. And when I sold one, I have used the leftover, if I didn't really have any leftovers, but I've worked for shows and for board and for everything. And when you do it like that, you also have to think about the money. Sometimes you need to sell them when they're at a good level again. Like Connie, I sold him for a good price because he was doing really well when I sold him. And the same with Baio, she was doing well again when I sold her. And that's why I sold her when I did. Because when you pay for your horse yourself, you need also to get the money from somewhere. And I needed the money to buy a new horse because I know that if I wreck a horse completely and can't get any money from it, I can't get a new horse either, because then I don't have any money to buy it. And no matter what the reason was, if I sold my horse, I don't think you guys are allowed to hate on me for selling my horse, because it's my horse and it's my money and it's my life. And it's not everything that is being showed on YouTube. I don't upload everything to YouTube. I don't even have videos of half of the stuff I do with my horses. So when you guys say that, yeah, but she was going so well, you don't know that. For all you know, it could have been 40 stops and one left. I don't think you should judge people so much for selling their horses, because it's not a crime. And I totally respect people who like have their forever horse and they're never going to sell their horse. Of course, that is great, and that horse is really lucky who has the owner who wants to keep it for the rest of the life. But you also have to respect that some people like me, I'm not a professional, but I really want to be, and I really want to learn and to advance in my riding. And to do that, you need the right horse. And I feel like I've learned a lot from my horses. Of course, all of them have taught me a lot. But now I just need, I want a horse that can just take me up. And I'm not talking about in a day, I'm talking about a horse that I can learn on, so I can gradually get there to where I want to be. And I think you should also respect that I have ambitions and I really want to learn and I really want to get better. And then sometimes that means you have to sell the horse. And maybe if I had all of my horses for like 5 more years, maybe we could have gotten a long way. But at the same time, I don't have those 5 years. So it's kind of, you have to sometimes just make a decision to yourself and not be so affected about what everyone else thinks. Because you have to do what's right for you. You're not doing what is right for other people. You have to make the right decision for you and to do what will make you happy in the long term. And I know that I've done that. I don't regret selling any of my horses. They were great horses and I often miss them. But I don't regret selling them, because in the moment it was the right thing for me to do. And that is fine. You know, if you feel like it's the right thing to sell your horse, then do it, because most of horses, they go to good homes. And that, I think that is the most important. And the horse should always be valued. And if you are just constantly thinking, no, I want to jump 140s and my horse can jump 1 meter, then it will be a negative situation for both of you. So I think when you are in that situation, you should make the decision that would be best for you. Talk to your parents, talk to your real life friends, but it's not up to people on social media what you're doing with your life. Yeah, I think my camera stopped recording for some reason, so I'm sorry. But yeah, we came a long way, but then again, I was at the same point where I wanted to jump bigger than 110, which is what I have been jumping for the past 3 years. And yeah, so that's why I, together with my trainer, came to the conclusion to sell Molly. Not because she was a bad horse, but because she had issues, and it is really hard when a horse's confidence have been broken to get them back up again, you know. And I got her a long way, but I'm not that good of a rider. I'm not a professional, and I don't have that much experience. So I'm more need a horse that can take me there, and I hope that she would be it. And you know, I was gutted to give up on her. It was not that I just wanted to quit, but together with my trainer in Germany, which is really good and which I really trust, and he's helped me so much. And people have been saying that I was giving up on her, and I don't think you can say that I gave up on her, because if I gave up on her, I would have sold her like right after I got her, because that's when the hard part was. Like when I sold her, she went well. She went good on the flat. She didn't rear anymore, and she jumped well, and yeah, there were no issues with her when I sold her. So I don't think you can say that I gave up on any of my horses. Because, I mean, I don't care what you think. If you think I gave up, I gave up, it's fine. But, you know, I don't think you can say that I gave up, because I sold my ponies because I outgrew them. I sold Connie because I didn't advance on him because he didn't jump bigger. I sold Baio because I was scared of riding her, and we had really confidence issues together. And I sold Molly because, again, I wanted to advance. And, you know, I have gotten so many comments saying that maybe I should look at myself and maybe I should, you know, quit riding and just go die and stuff like that. And I think that is a bit harsh because, you know, so many people are doing this. It's not like it's not normal to sell horses. It's not like it's a crime to sell your horse, because this hobby is so expensive. You pay so much every month for boarding and training and tack and everything for the horse. It's so expensive. And I think it's way too expensive to do it if you don't fully enjoy it. And I have ambitions, and I know that I'm not a great rider, but I really want to become a great rider. And to become a great rider, you need the right horse. And I've bought all my horses alone with no assistance from any trainers. And now in Germany, I finally got the opportunity to get assistance from a really good trainer that I trust and that has helped me a lot. So of course I take that help when he says, we can get rid of this horse and I can get you a new horse. And he got me a new horse, and I'm so happy with that new horse, and everything is going so much better with him. And it's not about the fact that I want an easy horse, but I want a horse that I can learn on. Because I'm an amateur, and I really want to learn, and I really want to develop as a rider. And, you know, I think I have learned everything, or not everything, I think I have learned quite a lot from having the project horses, because all of the horses I've had have been project horses in one way or another, but Connie, he was not a project. So I think I've learned what I can, you know, I can sit any kind of horse. I never fall off them when they buck or rear. I'm not scared of anything when I ride. And I know how to deal with issues like bolting and bronking and bucking and rearing and everything like that. I know how to handle nervous horses, and I'm not saying that I'm a pro, because I'm not a pro. But I'm just saying that I have a lot of experience with this difficult horses. So I think I'm at a place where I just need that good horse that I can just, now that I can learn, because I've always been teaching the horses. All of the horses I've had, or most of them, I have been teaching. And when I finally came to that point where I went to Germany and trained with professional, and they said that, you know, you need a good horse. You can't learn if you don't have a good horse. A good horse with a good character that you can make some mistakes on, because that's how you learn. And that is the reason that I sold my horses, and I'm not blaming them, because they have all been great horses. Like really, I have been so lucky with all of my horses, and they have had an amazing jumping ability and amazing qualities in every way. And you know, I'm not saying that my horses have been bad, because they have not been bad horses. They have just not been the right for me because of my lack of experience. And you know, that's how it is. I'm not that experienced. Most of my life I've been riding on roads outside, and now that I finally, you know, get a taste of what I want, you want more. And I'm not talking about that I want to have a horse that I can jump 140 on tomorrow, because that is as good as impossible to find. But I just need a horse that I can learn on, because like Baio and Molly, they are horses you can't make mistakes on, because they are so sensitive and they are young and they've had bad experiences. And you can't make mistakes on that kind of horses, because then they get really scared. And that is why I made a decision to sell them, because I could ride them nicely up to 110, but I couldn't do anything bigger because then I need a horse that can give me some confidence. And yeah, that's the reason behind why I sold them. And I think to anyone out there in any kind of situation where you need to sell your horse, please try not to worry so much about the opinions of others, because you know, people will surely hate on you, at least when you're on social media. If you sell your horse, you will have quite a few people who will stand there and tell you, oh my god, you can't sell the horse, it's abuse, and you just give up. But please try not care so much what other people say, because you need to think for yourself what is right for you. And if you feel like you are too advanced for your horse, the horse is too easy, the horse is too hard, it's too big, it's too small, it's too old, it's too young, whatever. If you feel like you're not as happy with that horse, then it's not ideal to have the horse either, for the horse or for you. Because the horse I don't think it's nice for them to have an owner they can feel that are not happy with them because you want to do more or less than the horse can do. Then it's better for the horse to go to someone else who can be really, really happy with them and love them for what they are, and not try to change them. Because horses, they are quite simple animals. I mean, most of the people you sell horses to, at least horses that is kind of priced a bit high, they will get good homes with people who care about them. And they will get the care they need, veterinary and the food and stall and the care and everything they need. And also a love from another person. Because I think most horse people can say that we love our horses. And I think that goes to when you sell them too, that the people you sell them to will usually love them as well. And this hobby is so, this sport, it's not a hobby, it's a sport, it's a lifestyle. This lifestyle is so expensive, and it takes so much time, just not for you, but for your whole family and all your friends, and it takes up your whole life. And I don't think, if you have the opportunity that you are not satisfied with the horse you have, it is not a crime to sell it. Because it's not a crime to sell it. Of course, you shouldn't buy a horse just to sell it again after a few months. And of course it's not easy to sell them or nice or anything. I'm not saying that it's nice to the horse to sell it, but if you're not happy with it, then that's not nice for the horse either. The horse deserves to have an owner who can appreciate it and be happy for it. And if you feel like, no, this horse is not for me anymore, for any reason, then it's okay to sell it. And I'm not saying that everyone should go out and sell their horses, because that's obviously not correct either. But I'm just saying, if you are in a situation where you are not happy with your horse for some reason, it's not a crime to sell it. And that was all I had to say for today. So to all my haters out there who have decided that I'm an abuser and I can go die and I should quit riding and I don't deserve to have a horse, if you feel that way, I'm sorry, but it's quite normal to sell horses. And I'm not saying that, it's nice to sell them, because it's not nice for you or for the horse. Of course they trust you and then you sell them. It's not nice, but sometimes that's how it's gotta be. And for me, for my sake, I have always needed to sell them, because I need to, you need to scale the market when the horse is worth most. And for me, I've always sold the horses when they were like on the top of their value, because I need the money to buy a new horse. I need the money for shows and for board. It's also about the money, at least for people like me who pay for most of the stuff themselves. Then you also need to think about it in that way, that maybe you should sell the horse now, then it's on its top, because when it goes down, okay, you can sell it for the half the value and then you'll lose a lot of money. So that was all I had to say today. And I also want to thank you so much for all of the people who may leave nice comments and supportive comments on my videos and on my Instagram and on my website, and to all of the people who follow me. I've seen a lot of people are reading my blog, and that is really appreciated, as I put quite a lot of time into my website. And my Facebook page, I try to post updates quite frequently, and on my Instagram I post almost every day. And I just reached 6,000 followers on my Instagram, and of course here on YouTube, where I almost have 19,000 subscribers. That is insane, and I never thought my channel would be that big. So thank you so much to all of my followers, people who like my video, who leave supportive comments, and who leave comments and stuff. I know I don't reply to everyone, but I'm trying my best to be better at that. But I just want you to know that I read all of my comments and all of my feedback on all of my social medias. And it really means a lot to me for all of those who support me. So thank you so much, guys. You're the best. And if you have any questions or have any requests on what you want to see, you can put it down in the comments and I'll take a note of that. And I'll also put all my links down in the description. And yeah, that was basically it. So bye!